Welcome to Linux Networking Solutions, Part 2, by Gregory Boyce, a video course by Pack Publishing. I am Eddie Leonard, and I will be Gregory Boyce's voice for this course. Gregory Boyce is a technologist with nearly 20 years' experience using and managing Linux systems. When he is not at work or spending time with his wife and 2 daughters, he plays around with new technologies. Gregory has spent the last 15 years working at Akamai Technologies, where he has worked in roles ranging from network operations, internal IT, information security, software testing, and professional services. Currently, he heads up the Linux OS team that manages Akamai's custom Linux operating system, which runs on the massively distributed customer-facing network. So let's now talk about the Linux networking solutions. We'll configure Samba to centralize authentication for your network services. We will also configure Linux client to leverage it for authentication, and set up a Radius server that uses the directory server for authentication. Towards the end of the video, you will have a network with a number of services running on it, and will implement monitoring in order to detect problems as they occur. This video is packed with practical and task-based approach that will walk you through building, maintaining, and securing a computer network using Linux. So now let's look what we have got inside this course. Now we will see how to use Samba 4 to create an Active Directory compatible directory service for your network. After that, you will see setting up file storage. It gives you several options to explore for hosting your own file storage, including Samba, NFS, and WebDAV. Next, you will learn how to set up an email server. We'll talk about how email works as a service, set SMTP and IMAP mail services, and enable some spam filtering. Next, you will explore how to configure your own XMP-based IM service, configure it to communicate with other XMP services, and configure Pigeon as a client to utilize the service. Next, you will understand how to start monitoring services on your network using Nagios. Next, you will be mapping out your network in order to discover what is actually there. Finally, you will be watching over your network through centralized logging and managing an intrusion detection system using Snort. This course is targeted at Linux systems administrators who have a good basic understanding and some prior experience of how a Linux machine operates, but want to better understand how various network services function, how to set them up. You should be familiar with how to set up a Linux server and how to install additional software on them. For this video, you'll need a copy of Linux, preferably Ubuntu 14.04. You'll also want access to 3 computers to install Linux on. One of the servers will need to have 3 network cards built into it. For this purpose, I would strongly recommend using virtual machines. VirtualBox will allow you to do this for free and is available on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. You may find that the commercial offerings from VMware, Parallels, or Microsoft may provide better performance. With Linux networking solutions, I can assure you that you'll take your network administration skills to the next level of Linux. So, what are we waiting for? Let's begin this journey together.